Here is how you can get a free $500,000 this week in GTA Online. Technically, this will be $600,000 in total, so think of this as a reverse clickbait or something. But yeah, without any further ado, let's get into it. So to go ahead and do this, you will first have to collect a G's cash. You can find these things very simply by opening your map and looking for this symbol. When you get to this location, you want to look for one of these small boxes. You should also start hearing a jingle when you are close. The G's cash will also have double money and RP, making you roughly around $30,000. With this now collected, we can now move over to the main part of this free $500,000, and this will be the more time-consuming part because you will need to complete all 6 of the Gerald's last play missions. A quick warning for you guys, these things are kind of hard to complete, especially if you decide to play these things on the hard difficulty and completely solo. So some advice that I can give you is to use a vehicle like the Coquette D5 or the Armored Karuma. It will make these missions a lot faster and save you a lot of stress. Obviously, the Coquette D5 is completely bulletproof currently, and right now this is my go-to choice. To run through these missions, the first one is relatively simple. It will be called Bad Companies. Essentially, you just have to go around the map eliminating these bosses, eventually getting around to eliminating the gang boss. The last boss is definitely the hardest one because he is located on this construction site and you will have to climb up multiple ladders. For this part of the mission, just make sure to take as much cover as you can, and honestly just take your time with it. Once the boss has been eliminated, you are pretty much done with this first mission. Just leave the construction site and you get the payout. In total, not a bad payout whatsoever. These things also have double money and RP. For the next last player mission, this is another relatively straightforward one. I would recommend just staying in your vehicle for the majority of it, destroy the evidence using a sticky bomb, and just like that, the mission is done. Now, probably the most frustrating last player mission that we have will be this third one. In this one, we have to protect the mule custom, and this is where you guys get swarmed with different enemies. You will see in the gameplay right here, I am literally just fending for my life, and this was absolutely horrible. You could probably call your personal vehicle in and just sit right next to the mule custom. That would probably be the best piece of advice that I could give. I didn't really have time to do that because these enemies were right on top of me, but something to probably consider. We're not even done there after defending the mule custom the first time, because we also have to drive it over to a different spot to complete the mission. This is quite easily the most frustrating mission, but I'm sure that you guys can definitely do this. And at this point, you will actually get your first dose of free money, because right now in GTA Online, there is a weekly challenge to complete 3 last player missions, which in turn will get you $100,000. So halfway through these missions, you already get some free cash. I think that's really nice. And from this point onwards, we only have 3 more missions to complete. Unlike the third last player mission, the next one is a very different type of one. We have to go over to 4 different MC businesses and steal the drugs. So really one of them classic Rockstar missions where we have to run around and collect stuff. After some more time, you will have completed the mission and get a pretty nice payout. I know that I said the mule custom is probably the most annoying last player mission. However, this next one here is arguably on par with this. You will need to look around these different areas and collect some action figures. At the time of making this video, I'm not entirely sure if these action figure locations will change each and every time you play it. However, I did persevere and collect them all. So once you get the van and head over to the University of Los Santos, hopefully you guys can see in the gameplay where I am going. Altogether, this part did not really take me too long, and hopefully if these locations do not change, you can use this video to really help you out. All in all, just a really frustrating mission. I was probably looking around the University of Los Santos for about 10 minutes, just looking for any of these flashing objects. Eventually, I did collect them all, and we are not even done there because we have to do the exact same thing over at the Pink Cage Motel. So another kind of difficult one because this area is really congested. There is so many different things to look at, but once again, hopefully the gameplay really helps you out if these action figures don't change locations, and you should have this done in not too much time. After collecting all of them, we can now just deliver the van to Gerald's apartment, and that will be this mission completed. Because this one took me so long to do, I got the maximum payout of $64,000, which is really nice, but considering how stressful this mission was, is it really worthwhile? Probably not, but yeah, this is now done, and we can move over to the next mission. For this final mission, we had to go over to the slaughterhouse and crack the safe. You don't really get a chance to use your vehicle in this one because you are inside, so I would recommend using a weapon such as the assault shotgun will make things a lot faster. Even the combat MG is kind of nice. And for those of you out there who have never cracked a safe in GTA Online because it is kind of an underused feature in contact missions, it is relatively simple. You just have to keep holding your left stick, slightly going around the wheel until you see this dial start shaking. I would recommend just tapping your left stick to the right. In fact, you don't even want to hold it. And once it really starts shaking, like in the gameplay, you want to just wait a few seconds and don't even press anything. It will then go on to the next section. This time around, you actually want to push the left stick to the left. If you press it to the right, like the first time, the dial will be reset and you will have to start over. So it is the same principle as before, just push the left stick left this time until it starts shaking. You will then have to do it one more time, switching things again to the right, pushing the left stick right, and you will eventually get in the safe. So it might be kind of annoying, just make sure to wipe out the enemies before you do this as well, because these enemies will not care that you are cracking a safe, and the majority of the time they will just instantly kill you. The rest of this contact mission is really simple. We have to take out another gang boss. He's just driving this really small car, so just throw a sticky bomb on him, and just like that, the mission will be completed. So that will be all 6 of the last play missions. With some luck, you can complete these things completely solo, and at this point you might be wondering, where is this $500,000? And in typical Rockstar fashion, we have to wait 72 hours after completing these things to unlock the $500,000. And recently, Rockstar have not really been on their game with these sorts of unlocks. I mean, we can literally look back at the last few event weeks with the clothing items. Many people have not even received these things yet, but hopefully this is a little bit different with it being a cash reward, and you maybe get this after a day of completing it. One thing is for certain, you will at least get the weekly challenge unlocked, but the annoying part is just waiting for the $500,000. But yeah, make sure to leave a comment below and let me know what you think about these things. Have you played through all of these last player missions yet? And what vehicle do you use when playing through them? I tend to just default to using the Coquette D5 because of course it is completely bugged right now and has been for quite some time. So yeah, altogether I don't think these things are too bad. I definitely think these things are a lot better with the double money and the RP. However, they can still be really annoying, especially the Go Figure mission and the one with the Mule Custom. But if you guys take your time and take cover as much as you can, use your best weapons like the Combat MG Mark II and the Special Carbine, even the minigun if you need to, it can be much easier. And without a question of a doubt, playing with other random players or friends will most likely make them a lot faster to complete. But hopefully this shows you that you can do this completely solo if you choose to, as long as you guys use a good car or something. Anything with bulletproof windows will make these missions a lot easier to complete. It might be worth mentioning as well that the last play missions do have a career tab, so any of you playing on the current gen consoles should be able to unlock some different clothing items if you complete the different challenges there. I think one of the main benefits of completing the last player missions solo will be the time it takes to complete them. It will take a little bit longer, but this will also mean that you get a better payout if you decide to play these things with random players or friends. If you wait around 7 minutes in each of these last player missions to complete them, you will be able to get the max payout and a pretty nice amount of RP. But yeah, if you guys went on to enjoy this video or found it useful in any way, shape or form, make sure to leave a like. I always do appreciate your support, and maybe if you guys have any tips on these last player missions to help each other out, leave them in the comments below. If you guys are also new to the channel and like what you see, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon to never miss a video. Finally guys, stay safe, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.